I'm Jahara, and I'm going to make a Rikku cosplay. I'm in the middle of making a Rikku cosplay. This is my first time kind of like documenting the process for everybody, so I hope you enjoy. Come along with me. So I have finished the painting on the bathing suit, and I'll show you how I did that, and then we're gonna work on the straps. And today I'm going to paint the boots. We're kind of like gonna do like a vlog sort of situation. Like that's kind of what I'm thinking. Everyday vlogs. Everyday vlogs. That way I don't have to have any sort of like real organization to this, because when I tell you, I do not know what I'm doing. Let's go. So let me show you. I'm working on a Rikku cosplay. If you don't know what Rikku looks like, I'll put it somewhere on the screen. I'm working on her 10-2 title outfit. I actually rarely used her in this outfit in the game because I used her as a black mage and a dark knight, but I really, really love the outfit. So as you can see from the picture that I definitely put up there, she has first off, a bikini. So this is what we've gotten done so far. Hopefully I can insert some footage of me painting this. Editing Jahara, please insert some footage of me painting this. It actually was really easy. So in picking out this bikini, I have never made a swimsuit before, and I thought it would be easier to just buy one. However, I wanted it to be a triangle bikini like Rikku's, but I really wanted something with underwire. But I went through and I painted all along the edges and every single piece of the bikini. On the back too. I'm dedicated. Listen, I'm dedicated. How long did this take you, Jahara? What? Thanks for asking. It took me 5 hours. You'd think it would be a quick process, but having to do that wasn't very easy. It wasn't very easy. I used paint pens. Hopefully the video will have showed you, but I used these overseas paint markers. So I ended up using 3 of them, and there were, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in the package. So I still have 3 left, which is good because I need to paint the bottom. So that's what I'm gonna do while I just sit here and chat with y'all. So, and trying to figure out this channel, I was trying to figure out like what I wanna do, what I want this to be about. And like I said, I'm not really used to like, I'm pretty lazy. I don't like filming stuff when I do it. But I think I'm just gonna try and make it as personable as possible. So I'm gonna go on Twitter and Instagram real quick and ask y'all to ask me some questions so that I can talk about that while we work. Okay. Okay, so Twitter is asking a lot of like Rikku specific questions, which is, I did not anticipate. I should have been more clear that I just meant like questions in general. But let's see. Favorite part of Rikku's outfit is definitely her hair. It's definitely the hairstyle. I love the wrap and the hair, so that's super easy. Let's see. Favorite trait of Rikku is her bubbliness. Best girl besides Yuna is Lulu. Where do you like to begin when starting a new cosplay? Do you have favorite shops to purchase from? Do you repurpose other costumes? Pretty much anything revolving around the entire process. Oh, that is a really good question to start off. So like, let's start there. Where do I begin when starting a new cosplay? Like whether or not I'm going to entertain a cosplay or even begin it, like entertain it like really seriously, has to do a lot with whether or not I think I can achieve the hairstyle in a way that I like. Now, if you're watching this video, you probably already follow me on like Instagram, Twitter, whatever, and you've seen some of my cosplays, and you know that like accuracy, like screen accuracy, isn't really what is important to me. I think that you can change the hairstyle and the color of a character's hair if that is permitted. And what I mean by if that's permitted is if the character's outfit, like if whatever they wear on their TV show or book or whatever is particularly distinct, and their outfit is more distinct than their hair, then you can change their hair. For example, I do all of my cosplays of Zelda with black hair, but nobody's confused who I'm cosplaying because all of Zelda's dresses are so iconic and so Zelda that even with different color hair, everybody still recognizes it as Zelda, right? But characters that you wouldn't be able to do that with, for example, would be like Geralt of Rivia from The Witcher. Part of his iconic overall look is his white hair, his white silvery hair color. And I don't think that you could do The Witcher without it. In fact, I venture that you could put on any general black armor, and if you wear white hair and have yellow contacts, people will recognize you as doing a Witcher cosplay. If you're a black woman and you wear white hair, it's going to be Storm regardless of the clothing that you wear. So you can't just like cosplay Storm and not have white hair. 'Tis unreasonable, I say. 'Tis unreasonable. So I will look at whether or not I will look at the character's hair and decide if I can do their hair as is, if I can change the hair, and then, you know, kind of like if that interests me. So that's kind of like where I start. That was a really long answer. Oh my gosh. That's where I start. And then if I like the hair, it has to do with the outfit. All of this is barring the fact that I actually like the TV show or the anime or the manga, webtoon, video game, what have you, that it comes from. I won't cosplay anything that I haven't seen. As far as like where I get my wigs, I can definitely go more into depth on where I get my wigs and how I choose wigs, because there's so much detail on wigs, and I kind of pride myself on that part of cosplay. I feel like my wigs, for the most part, tend to look pretty darn realistic. And that's just because I've done a lot of like learning and research into wigs. I'm sure, there's a lot of people, especially black women, that wear wigs on like a pretty regular basis that know a lot about wigs that might not necessarily use that knowledge for cosplay. But if you would like to know more about the details of different types of wigs, quality, fibers, things like 13x4, 13x6, T-part, middle parts, full lace, all of that sort of stuff, let me know. What got you into Final Fantasy? How did you get into it? And what does it mean to you? I like that question. Okay, so I got into Final Fantasy by playing Final Fantasy 14, which might seem really weird because like to start with the MMO is, I hear, a little unorthodox, but I have finished playing Breath of the Wild, and I really loved how like open worldy and like you could just kind of stumble upon people that would give you quests just like pretty much anywhere, and sometimes without meaning to, you would stumble onto like the main storyline, right? And you could do that, or you could just like do whatever side quests you ran into at like the different inns you came into. You could just fight things, you could just make stuff, you could just like food, you could just craft stuff. And I really loved that. I played Breath of the Wild for like 700 freaking hours. And I was really sad when it was over. And my husband, my fiance at the time, was like, if that's the kind of like gameplay that you like, you should just play an MMO. Like if you just want like a forever story with like a bunch of side quests and like a whole world to explore, like just play an MMO. So the outer straps of this are done. I don't know if that's showing up on camera. I'm not going to paint the entire part underside because you're not going to be able to see this. You're only going to be able to see her straps. So I'm just going to paint the straps on the inside and the outside. I'm probably going to have to like move the bikini around a little bit to make sure that I've got everything, but no biggie, you know. So we're just going to slide this to the side and do a little bit more painting. But I ended up playing it after some extreme coaxing by my community, and I absolutely loved it. I fell in love with it. I played it for like an entire year on stream. I got partnered on Twitch through Final Fantasy 14, and when I finally caught up to the storyline, because I mean the storyline's like 10 years in the making, right? When I finally caught up and I just needed to wait, I was like, so there's more Final Fantasies, right? Awesome. Love that. And I just decided to start on a whole journey on just playing as many of the Final Fantasies as I could. How does your daughter react to your cosplays? Does she even want to dress up with you? So I've been cosplaying since my daughter was 3, about 3-ish, like 3, almost 4. And people ask me like, how does she react to my cosplays and stuff, right? I find that such a funny question because I feel like people think that like she has like a like my mom is so cool sort of thought. But like as far as she's concerned, my cosplays are just outfits. Because like I wouldn't say that I cosplay anything that she's particularly interested in. So she just thinks like mommy just wears different hair and has different color eyes and wears different outfits every day. And she's really like sweet about them. Like whenever I put on a costume, she's 6 years old now, I'll like come in the room and she'll be like, ooh, I like that hair, mommy. Or, ooh, I like your eyes today, mommy. Those are nice. Or I like this outfit. She really loves like the princessy outfit. She really loves all of like the Renaissance fair stuff, like princess, pirates. Like she is just really loving that right now. And so she like compliments me on it, but I just don't think she's aware of the fact that it's not something that like other people's parents do. Does she want to cosplay with me? Not really. We've been going to the Renaissance Festival this season. Ours is in the spring here in Arizona. And she loves dressing up for the Renaissance fair because she likes fairies and princesses. But other than that, she's really not overly interested in cosplay. Otherwise, I would do that with her more. Although I do hesitate to, at her current age, put her on the internet. If you're in my Twitch stream though, she comes in and you can meet her there sometimes. And like she'll come in and say hello. And my chat is so nice to her. And she just loves saying hello. She loves Twitch streamers. So she does think that's really cool. She likes that I do Twitch streaming. To her, that makes sense because she watches a lot of streamers on like YouTube and stuff. So like that resonates with her. She loves video games, this kid. Okay, ooh, we're making some good progress on this. We're making some good progress. Let's see, what other questions do y'all have for me? Let's see. What's something you're really proud of or happy that you've done, but haven't ever found a reason to share? Something I'm really proud of and happy that I've done, but haven't ever really found a reason to share. Okay, so this is kind of a weird one. I just, I've never really shared it because it doesn't feel relevant to anything that I make content-wise. But all of the baseboards and all of the common areas of this house, so that back there and stuff like that, I did them. I did them myself. So I had my husband, we went into the store, we picked them out, had my husband bring them home. I painted them all, measured, and cut them all, and installed them all, and caulked them all. So all the baseboards in our house were hand done by yours truly after watching a few YouTube videos on it. And I feel really proud of that. I feel really proud of that. That's something I literally, like if you, in a few years ago, have been like, do you ever think you'll ever like do your own baseboards? I was like, of course not. I don't know how to do baseboards. But ever since starting cosplay, and this is real. Like cosplay has given me so much confidence in so many other areas of my life because I never thought I would make clothes. I never thought I would build a prosthetic gun arm. I never thought that I would make chest plates. Like I never thought that I would wear wigs or wear colored contacts. Like I never thought I would do these things. And so like, I just feel so much more open to the idea of trying new stuff. So I'm like, all I had to do before was just trial and error, watch a few videos and give it a shot. So I don't really have that, like what some people call that how hard can it be gene. I'm usually really intimidated by trying new things, but like cosplay has really helped me kind of break out of like the own confines that I've set for myself over the years that I didn't even realize I'd been doing and like be willing to try stuff. So because I've done cosplay, when it was time to do our baseboards and we thought about whether we should pay somebody or do them ourselves, I was like more open to the idea of just like watching a few YouTube videos and being like, no, okay, I have enough tools and enough general knowledge to get that done on my own. So I never like shared that with anyone who hasn't like come to my house or whatever. We did that in preparation for our wedding because our wedding was here at our house. And we wanted to have new baseboards because actually our baseboards got ripped out for some previous damages that happened to the house. We didn't have any baseboards. I didn't want to have a wedding with no baseboards in the house. So we did them ourselves and I'm really proud of that. Yeah. I hope this video is okay because like I know that I'm just like looking at the bathing suit as I'm doing this, but look, we have got both sides of the bathing suit looking nice and ooh, look how good that looks. Is that coming up on camera? Heck yeah. And then this is the swimsuit, like the top. Oh, the colors match perfectly. Yes. That's the thing about like buying separate pieces versus making it, is that the colors a lot of times don't match exact from like the tops to your bottom, stuff like that, like of the fabrics. And I'm just so elated that these are matching up perfectly. New question. This video is gonna be really long. My favorite game of all time as of right now, Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild or the Final Fantasy VII series, including 7, 7 Remake, and Crisis Core, and Advent Children. I have not played Dirge of Cerberus. How'd you get into cosplay? And to play off of that, what's your favorite cosplay you've ever done to date? Or like top 5? Okay. That's a question that I can answer. Maybe. How did I get into cosplay? So I've always been like a pretty like big anime nerd, but I was a nerd like back in the day when it wasn't cool to like anime. Like, I know I keep saying like things like comment on below, but let me know if you understand what I'm talking about. Like these like the 80s and 90s kids were like, you would go home and watch some anime and your friends would like text you or like MSN message you or whatever and be like, what are you doing? And instead of saying you're watching anime, you'd be like, oh, I'm just browsing the internet. Because you don't want to tell anybody. But by the time I got to college, I met some people that liked anime and I was like, whoa, other people like anime, sweet. And we went to a few cons together. And when I went to those cons, I like had like some cosplay on, but like not really. Like I like dressed up as a character from Toradora for one of them, and it was like really fun. And like my friend went as like Lust, and I remember painting the homunculi symbol on her chest. But I didn't really get into cosplay until I started on my Twitch channel. This paint is running out, so I'm gonna switch to a new one. So I started on my Twitch channel, and I was playing Breath of the Wild, and everyone was like, you should cosplay Princess Zelda. And I was like, okay, if we get to 300 followers in like 30 days or whatever, then I will cosplay Princess Zelda. And we did. Shoot, we did. So I bought a cosplay on Amazon, Princess Zelda from Breath of the Wild, and I put it on, and I bought some elf ears from Etsy. Let me know if y'all want to know where I get my black elf ears, my person of color elf ears. I will totally hook y'all up. I get that question all the time, so let me know if you want me to like make an exclusive video on that or something. And yeah, I really liked it. I took some pictures. I won a Halloween contest. I tied for first with a now good friend for a Halloween contest. Loved it, and just started ordering more cosplays. That's it. Just started ordering more cosplays because it was just so much flipping fun. I loved it, you know, and I just wanted to keep doing it. I wasn't really thinking about it career-wise. I was just like, this is like the coolest hobby I've ever freaking had. And this was during the pandemic, so like I couldn't even go to cons. I was just like getting dressed up at home by myself and like really loving it. And luckily my husband was like really supportive of that. And I would like take selfies of myself like out in like the backyard. And I eventually found like a place where I could order colored contacts from, which I was really nervous about, and ended up loving those. So I would just like wear colored contacts like all the time to like the store. Like really like anime-y colored contacts to just like Target. Honestly, it was a vibe, and I just loved it. And then eventually my husband was like, you should like take some more like legit pictures of your cosplays instead of just like selfies. And I was like, yeah, that's like a really good idea, husband, except like I don't know how to do that. And he was like, I'll take pictures for you. So he started taking pictures for me of my cosplays, and we started posting them on Twitter, and I started doing TikToks and stuff. And then he made me an Instagram and started posting the pictures he took of me on Instagram. And like the rest is kind of history. The rest is history. It all started with just me buying stuff. I make stuff. obviously. Sometimes now I am 100% not against just buying if you don't want to make. I think you can be a full-fledged cosplayer and not make a single thing that you wear. Like, I don't even care. I do not even care. Like, do what you want. Do what makes you happy. We're really good. We only have like this much left. Boom, shakalaka, right there and right there. That is a really small piece. So let's get this done. Let me figure out what other question we can do. Let's see. So, what made you decide to do Rikku as a cosplay idea? I just like her outfit. That's it. I love the outfit and I love Rikku as a character. I feel like as out of all of the girls in 10-2, Yuna, Rikku, and Pain, I feel the most similar to Rikku, even though she's still infinitely more childish and innocent than I am. But I really like innocent, kind of childish, goofy characters. I kin with them a little bit more than like super righteous characters like Yuna. I love Yuna. Yuna is the type of character, like I'm the type of character like Rikku who would want to protect and uphold the people like Yuna because I admire people like her and I feel like people like her are needed, but I am not her. But I am not her, right? But that's like, I totally understand like why Rikku adores Yuna because I adore Yuna as well. In the same way that I could never be her and I do not agree with kind of her thought process. It doesn't come naturally to me, but I love it. I love Yuna. So that's why I wanted to do Rikku. In 10, and what I kind of ran into in 10 is I actually don't like Riku's costume design as much in Final Fantasy X. So even though I really liked Rikku, I wasn't drawn to her costume. But as soon as I fired up 10-2 and I saw her new costume, I was like, we're done. That's it. We're doing it. Here we are. And now we're here. So that is why I decided to do Riku's cosplay from 10-2. I just really, really like it. I also live in Arizona and our cons are in the summer. I'm going to be going to Anime Expo in California and I need a very light and airy cosplay to wear. So I wanted to make something like that. So Rikku it is. Rikku it is. I'm starting really early so that I can take my time and account for any mistakes or anything like that. Okay, we're back. I had to pause because Ramsey got home and she needs to put her pizza in the oven. So I'm just gonna show y'all real quick. Obviously at the beginning. So this is the bikini, all of the strings all cleaned up. And then I just finished the bottom. So again, not painting this portion because this will be under the skirt, but these are totally clean and they match perfectly. I'm so happy. Actually, to be honest, they're like slightly different color, but they're close enough between the bikini and the bottoms. So I'm really happy with how this turned out. I'm gonna need to let this dry completely. Now that this is done, I'm gonna let that dry. The paint pens actually dry pretty quickly, but because this needs to be stretchable, I really want to let that dry. And I'm gonna move on to the shoes, which is gonna be in a different video where I'm gonna answer some more of y'all's questions, because honestly, I'm gonna shot myself in the foot with that one. You guys asked a lot of questions. All right, see you later, bye.